Excited about it. You're listening to 105.9 The Zone, ESPN. This is the Out of Bounds Show. We welcome in Lee Sterling, ParamountSports.com, handicapper to the gods. Lee joins us on the Miller Lite guest line. And Lee, let's start with Ole Miss and Lane Kiffin hosting Nick Saban. And we know all about their relationship up and down. There was a lot of good, and then it didn't end well. But Lane's been talking about it all week. And do you think that Ole Miss can cover the 23 or 24 points tomorrow night?
Can you imagine the look on his face if they won the game? I mean, he would be. I mean, it was like he had maybe like, well, you know, I won't go there. a bunch of girls with him in the room. Let's just put it that way. I think they just got to show these guys 10, 15 minutes before the game. Just keep their cameras on them. Keep the cameras on them during the game. It might be just as good as the game. So I think he's going to save some stuff for this game. He's going to throw everything out. We might see a bunch of trick plays. Alabama's offense is going to score a will, but their defense gave up 27 first downs and 450 yards to a pretty mediocre A&M offense. I think Ole Miss is just as good or better than that offense.
Yes.
And I would say that. And then also Bama 1-7 against the spread after playing Texas A&M. I think Alabama wins the game 52-34, but Ole Miss covers.
Nice. All right. Yep. Lee Sterling's got the Rebs covering over the Crimson Tide tomorrow night. I agree with Lee. I think the Ole Miss offense is much better, actually, than A&M's because I think Jimbo's regressing as far as a play caller and coaching Kellen Mond. Okay, Mississippi State travels to Kentucky after an extremely disappointing loss and upset to Arkansas. Kentucky's nice. I mean, they're much better than they've been. How do you see this one in Lexington tomorrow night?
So I have friends who are Texas Tech fans and Washington State fans, and they will tell you, I mean, the Pirate will get you up and get you excited, and then the next week you're wondering what happened. He gets up as an underdog, and they're playing here as a dog, 2 to 2.5 point underdog. He's 15-8 against the spread since his time at Washington State, and then as a favorite, I mean, fall flat on their face. They didn't play well, and Arkansas came at him with 6 DBs and said, "Okay, run," and they couldn't do it. Hill, it looks like, will be back this game.
He will,
and that's big. Yeah, they got to run the football. I mean, and on the other side, Kentucky losing their best running back, Smoke. I think that's a big loss here. And I just think also the Kentucky secondary can be had. They've allowed 7 touchdown passes in 2 weeks and 9.9 yards per attempt. They just don't make plays on the ball. And this Kentucky team, you know, the first week we talked about how the air came out after they missed that touchdown. The officials inadvertently didn't rule it a touchdown before the half. But they had a chance up 7. They threw a bomb, and they just dropped the touchdown pass, and the next play it hits the post on the field goal, and they were done. And I think Mississippi State, they're going to play like their coach. They're going to be up and down, and I think they win this game here 36-33.
Lee Sterling, ParamountSports.com. What is going on this weekend with you guys?
Okay, well, some people it's October. We call it Locktober, and we've been on a roll, 4 to 5 winning weeks. So they want to come on board. This is what we'll do for them. They can get 4 weeks from today, and we've got a game tonight, all the way through Monday, November 2nd, the day before election. So you can ride with us from now, bet, win, and enjoy it. And then you take off and you root for your candidate election day, and then you come back the next day and you ride with us to the Super Bowl. And we also have our first 45-unit selection of the year. So we're 48-15-1 on these 40 to 50 unit selections last 12 years since we went to that 10 to 50 unit system. So they want to hop on board. Normally it's $497. They use coupon code SAVE300, just $197 for 4 weeks. That works out to $50 a week. You can order it 2 ways, ParamountSports.com or 800-400-9741.
So you have a 45-unit play this weekend?
In the NFL, yep.
Oh, goodness gracious. Yep. Here we go. All right. By the way, this is documented on Lee's site. 48-15-1 is documented on ParamountSports.com. Lee Sterling on the Miller Lite guest line. Okay, Florida at A&M. Dan Mullen's the better coach, But A&M has a lot of talent. I think they're going the wrong way. However, they need this game. Now, it's an 11 a.m. kick, which is a little funky. How do you see – does Mullen come out of here with a big W?
Well, if you look at right now what's going on, you can make no plausible explanation for backing A&M. I mean, Jimbo, in his third year at Florida State, he wins a national title. But judging from the last 12 games, he's 4-8 against the spread. His quarterback, without Osmond at receiver, he's a game manager. I mean, he's thinking and dunking underneath. You watch him, and he just does not look confident. Whereas Kyle Trask, what has Dan Mullen done for this guy? He was a backup to De'Ara King in high school in Houston. He has developed into maybe this year's version of Joe Burrow. He's completing almost 72% of his passes. He's got weapons at tight end, receiver galore. And how about Dan Mullen when they go on the road as an SEC visitor? 6-2 against the spread. To me, it's Florida or pass. I like the Gators here, 35-24.
Woo! Lee Sterling, Locktober, ParamountSports.com. He's got a 45-unit play in the NFL. He's documented 48, 15, and 1. Lee Sterling, ParamountSports.com, joins us on the Miller Lite guest line. Okay, your Hurricanes, Miami, are they ready for this? I mean, look, they're playing well. I love King and Lashley. Things are trending in the right direction. However, are they ready to go on the road against Clemson and take this all the way down late into the fourth quarter in a one-possession game, Lee?
So here's what's crazy. Before the year, Miami's not ranked. So since the season started, they beat UAB, mediocre. They beat Louisville. They haven't been as good as advertised. And they beat a really poor Florida State team. They've moved up from not ranked to ranked number 7th. I mean, who are they? Notre Dame getting this kind of, love? I don't get it. I think they're much improved. Maybe they're the 13th or 15th best team in the country. I love De'Ara King. He's brought them from averaging 365 yards per game last year, where they were tough to watch on offense, to fun and moving the ball and scoring at 499 yards per game. But they still have questions on the offensive line. I don't think any of your offensive line starters could start for an Ohio State, Alabama, Georgia, or Clemson. Their 2 defensive tackles probably wouldn't be in the 2 deep for Clemson. They got inexperience at the linebacker position, and also their cornerbacks and striker, I mean, they're average. I mean, they're going to be really good, I think, in a couple years. They have a top 5 recruiting class that looks like coming in for next year, but they're not there yet. They're going against the best running back in the land. Travis Etienne, he would have been drafted the top running back last year. He decided to come back. Maybe he had he wanted to fulfill promise to his mom to maybe get his degree. He would have been drafted top 15 last year. Trevor Lawrence, we all know he's going first in the draft. I think Clemson's just been going through the motions. I think someone just poked the bear. Clemson 45-21.
Lee Sterling on the Miller Lite guest line, ParamountSports.com, Locktober. Check out what they're doing. We've got about 40 seconds here, Lee. Yeah. Your game of the week is Tennessee at Georgia.
Should be a fun game, a great game, and we're going to find out if Tennessee's for real. They certainly now can beat the teams below them, but can they finally pull off an upset and join the big boys? They want to get the game. 800-400-9741. First 10 callers get it for free. 800-400-9741. Or check us out and come on board, climb on board for the ride of your life. ParamountSports.com.
Lee Sterling, ParamountSports.com. He's got a 45-unit play in the NFL. They're a documented 48, 15, and 1. Lee Sterling, ParamountSports.com. Lee, have a great weekend. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you, Bo.
800-400-9741 to get that pick. 800-400-9741. First 10 get the pick. Tennessee at Georgia. We'll be back in a minute.